Hi there, Rach the Realtor back again, here to give you the scoop on all things Kansas City. So today we are talking about the top 5 absolute best Kansas City, Missouri neighborhood. We are not talking about the top 5 neighborhoods in all of Kansas City. The KC Metro covers the Kansas side, the Missouri side, the Northland, all the suburbs, and plus some rural areas would argue that they're part of the Metro as well. Today we are just focusing on KCMO neighborhoods, which according to the Visit KC website, there are 240 of them. So it's still hard to narrow it down, but we are going to the top 5 best neighborhoods in KCMO. Go ahead and comment to yell at me now, because I promise you I'm going to leave one off the list that you love, because there are so many good ones. But let's go ahead and jump right in. Number 5 is probably the most iconic on this entire list. Yes, it is the Country Club Plaza. So there are lots of amazing things about the Plaza. Of course, it is the shopping and the dining. That is probably the top of everyone's list. So this is one of the best places in the Metro to go shopping. They have all kinds of shops of different ranges. They have some boutiques, but it's mostly like mid-range to higher end chain stores that are in there. There are a couple of like furniture stores, some bookstores, some coffee shops. So it's a great place to shop. The food is great as well. Again, mostly chain restaurants there, but there are a couple that are more regional or local. And of course, the most iconic part is the Christmas lights. The Plaza lighting happens the night of Thanksgiving every year, lights up this whole area. The tops of the roofs are beautiful already because the architecture is based off of Sevilla, Spain. That's the sister city of the Country Club Plaza. So it's kind of a Spanish architecture, and then you have the beautiful Christmas lights on it. The Plaza neighborhood really encompasses some of the surrounding subdivisions. The downside to the Plaza is it's a higher cost of living there. It is the average purchase price is more than double the Metro as a whole. So it's definitely a pricey place to live, but there's a reason for that, you know, supply and demand, you ever heard? So Country Club Plaza is number 5 on the list. It is a great place to live, good place to, if you're going to do a higher end purchase, this is a good one because that plaza is iconic and we all expect it to be for many years to come. So number 5, the Plaza. And number 4 is downtown Kansas City. You know the old saying, location, location, location. So downtown Kansas City is where the streetcar runs. It's where T-Mobile Arena is. This is where you find a lot of really kind of trendy bars and restaurants. A lot of the smaller entertainment venues are down there, like where you'd have smaller concerts and different plays and musicals, things like that. So this is the spot to be if you want to be where everything is happening. This area is mostly condos though. There aren't very many single family homes that you would consider to be in downtown Kansas City. So you have to be okay with the condo lifestyle. The great part about the condos though is they're super affordable. Like you can get a really nice, 2-bedroom condo, sometimes around $200,000. That is, trendy, the industrial look with the vaulted, the lofted ceilings and all that good stuff. So downtown Kansas City, great place to buy. It would be a good investment to hang on to as a rental if the HOA allows it, or even better if the HOA allows it, an Airbnb, because I know that those are really in really high demand in Kansas City, especially during March when we have the Big 12 tournament and different concerts and things like that. So number 4 on the list is downtown Kansas City. Okay, ready for number 3? It is the River Market. So the River Market is the furthest end of the streetcar. So if you do take the streetcar, you can hop off at the River Market. And you can go back to some old videos on my channel. I've talked about the streetcar and public transportation in Kansas City quite a bit, but if you're not from here, the streetcar is not really something you would use as a commuter. It's more just to kind of get around different downtown neighborhoods for like going to events and socialize and going out to eat and things like that. But the River Market is on the streetcar route, which is great. The River Market is a little more like local than the Plaza or downtown that I've been talking about. The Plaza and downtown. So the Plaza I would say is the most commercial. Downtown definitely has both. It has like more commercial chain type of restaurants and venues, and then it also has kind of the trendy local ones. The River Market is more like a hipster's playground kind of. So it has a lot more different variety of types of food served at their restaurants. It does have some chain restaurants too, but really cute little mom and pop boutiques and like ice cream shops and things like that. So they also have the best farmers market probably in the whole metro in the River Market. It is huge, where you can go get like fresh flowers, food, produce, all kinds of stuff. So the River Market is a great place to be, but again, it's a lot of condos. So if you are the kind of person that really wants a single family home, Columbus Park is a really good neighborhood that's close. Either of these neighborhoods is a good place for a dog lover to be, because there's a great dog park more towards Columbus Park, and then Barquet is a dog bar that is really close to the River Market. So that is number 3 on the list, is the River Market, with a special honor to Columbus Park. Number 2 on the list is Hyde Park. I will say, as I'm thinking back through my list, number 2 and number 1 on the list might be ranked this way just because I love houses so much, and Hyde Park is one of the older neighborhoods in the list and in the metros. It dates back to the 1880s. So it has huge, beautiful old homes lining streets with really like mature trees. It's centrally located. You can get great bang for your buck here. The house you'll see a lot of in Hyde Park is called a Kansas City shirtwaist home. So it's like a 2-story. It's usually they're huge, like 4 or 5 bedrooms with an awesome big front porch. So this part of the city is like really quirky and fun. It's really encompasses a lot of different people in different like stages of their lives and different backgrounds and things like that. So it's a good place to get a big house for a great price. And in my opinion, it's an up and coming area, so it's a good place to like invest if you're really looking like, hey, is this place gonna build me some equity over time? It really seems like this area is trending upwards, and plus it has so much cool history, really interesting finishes in the houses. You know, you'll have the cool like woodwork and things like that. So Hyde Park on my list is number 2. If you're not like such a house nerd, it may not be quite as high on yours, but number 2 goes to Hyde Park. All right. That was supposed to be a drum roll. Okay, number 1 goes to Brookside. So Brookside, as I was researching this video, was actually the first planned neighborhood. So it was supposed to be the Plaza before the Plaza was a thing. And I think that's interesting. It really shows that it's an older area because the shops are smaller. It's just not quite as corporate as the Plaza is. But still a great place to go for like a shopping and a lunch. And Brookside has a lot of organized events like the Plaza does. The Plaza has the Plaza Art Fair, which is probably one of the biggest like outdoor events in Kansas City, but Brookside has a lot of smaller, more often ones, I guess I would say. And again, I love this neighborhood because of the houses. They are so cute. They're all different and interesting. You'll have like Tudor styles and like classic 2 stories and everything in between. This place is in high demand, so the price does reflect that. So a lot of people that can't afford Brookside go to Waldo, which is nearby and has kind of a similar vibe, but Brookside is a little more upscale in its like kind of, I don't know, culture and vibe and all that. They're, like the boutiques and everything are a little more high end, but Brookside is awesome. I love it. It's a great place to live. If you want to buy a house in Brookside, you know who to call, okay? But these are my top 5 neighborhoods, okay? Number 5 was the Country Club Plaza. Number 4 is downtown Kansas City. Number 3 is the River Market. Number 2 is Hyde Park. And number 1 goes to Brookside. So go ahead, yell at me now, because I didn't even talk about anything north of the river. I didn't talk about the cool spots on the west side or the west bottoms. So I know that I missed out on a bunch, but just in my opinion, these are the top 5. So comment, shoot me an email, shoot me a text if you want to argue about it. I can't wait to hear. And as always, you know where to find me right here on YouTube, on Facebook, and contact me anytime. Rach the Realtor. I'll see you next time.